Friends, let me begin by saying how much I wish I could be there with you in Santa Marta. I wish I could walk the coast, meet you face to face, and feel the energy of a region like mine that knows what it means to live by the sea and rely on it for everything. The only reason I'm missing such a momentous conference is because I have a traveling conflict. There's nothing I would have loved more than to join you in person and discuss these significant issues. But even from a distance, I feel connected to this moment because what you're discussing today is personal to me. It isn't theory or some abstract thought. This moment is my life. It's about my homeland and future generations. I speak to you from the Bahamas, not just a collection of islands, but a country born in the ocean, shaped by its rhythm, and now challenged by its rising tides. And like so many others in the Caribbean and Latin America, we have learned that survival is not something you inherit. It's something you fight for. So let me tell you a story. Just a few years ago in 2019, Hurricane Dorian hit the northern Bahamas. I know many of you remember the images: homes flattened, whole communities erased, families torn apart. We lost lives, we lost land, but we did not lose our will. That storm didn't just knock on our door. It forced us to ask ourselves if we were going to spend the next 20 years reacting, rebuilding, waiting for help, or were we going to act on our own terms, in our own voice, with our own hands? We chose to act. And so this journey we're on now started with a very unlikely discovery. In 2020, scientists studying the tiger shark in Bahamian waters attached cameras to them, not because they were searching for climate answers, but because they were curious about the migration and feeding habits of the shark. What they caught on camera has reshaped our national story. Beneath our turquoise waters, they discovered more than 93,000 square kilometers of seagrass meadows, the largest in the world. A vast underwater forest quietly storing over 1 billion tons of carbon dioxide. That was our turning point. We had always seen the sea as part of our identity, but for the first time, we saw it as our shield, our asset, our way forward. But until now, it was invisible. None of it was counted or included in our national inventory. We could not leverage it in the global climate finance system or the carbon markets. In 2022, our Parliament passed the Climate Change and Carbon Markets Initiative Act, a law that recognized carbon as a national asset. It created a legal framework for trading carbon credits. It aligned our system with Article 6 of the Paris Agreement. This piece of legislation said to Bahamians and to the world that blue carbon absorbing seagrass belongs to us, and we will manage it responsibly, transparently, and monetize it to protect our environment. The Act also provided the government with the power to appoint a project management company, and we appointed Carbon Management Limited. It collects the science, it verifies the data, it structures the credits, it insures them with Lloyd's of London, and it makes sure that the revenue flows into places that need it most. Let me explain how this works. Every 1,000 tons of seagrass carbon is packaged into what we call an enhanced ambition right. Each one is traceable, insured, and transferred into a special purpose vehicle, fully ring-fenced. From there, we issue sovereign blue carbon securities offered to institutional investors with every dollar tied to future verified mitigation. And when that mitigation is confirmed, the funds flow into our National Development Fund, our equivalent of a sovereign wealth fund. A fund with a mandate tied to mitigation efforts and building resilience. That means solar grids, coral restoration, education, vocational training, and reef-positive tourism. This is how we turn carbon into classrooms, seagrass into jobs, natural capital into national wealth. To be clear, this is not charity. This is not aid. This is the right to count what we protect, the right to trade what we store, the right to build a future on the strength of what lies beneath our waters. Too many times, our countries have been treated like collateral damage, places that suffer the consequences of decisions made elsewhere. We may have our challenges, but we are also examples of what's possible. I believe that what we're building in the Bahamas can be adapted across the region. Many of you are already doing the hard work through the regional Blue Carbon MRV project. Countries like Colombia, Panama, Jamaica, and Suriname are advancing powerful science. That is a huge step. But let's not stop at measurement. Let's make sure what we measure is monetized. Let us make sure our ecosystems are not just admired, but valued and, as I said, monetized. That means passing laws. That means building registries. That means training our youth to be data analysts, marine scientists, blockchain engineers, and coastal economists. This work is not only about the environment. It's about our dignity. It's about our independence and refusing to sit quietly in the path of a crisis we did not create. By COP 2030, we will table a proposal to formally include blue carbon in all national greenhouse gas inventories. We will also launch the world's first sovereign blue carbon security. I invite all governments, multilateral partners, and investors to join us. Join us in creating a co-finance platforms for regional MRVs. Join us in piloting Article 6 trades. Join us in building a climate finance system that works for the Global South. We are not waiting for anyone to save us. We are building solutions necessary for our survival. Allow me to conclude with this. The ocean gives us more than beauty. It gives us protection. It gives us food, and it gives us power if we choose to recognize it. The seagrass beneath our waters is more than a meadow. It's a map to a different kind of future, one where nature is respected and counted, where nations like ours are architects, not afterthoughts. Let's move forward together. Thank you.